Now, hundreds of millions of people across Asia and beyond have been welcoming the new lunar year. It's the year of the snake.
You see, we're really celebrating here. We'll be speaking to the creators of this wonderful meal for us in a minute. But the celebration has triggered one of the biggest mass migrations on Earth. An estimated 200 million people have travelled home to be with their families in China this weekend.
Our reporter John Sudworth sent this report from Shanghai. Should warn you, this report does contain some flashing images from the very start.
Millions upon millions of do-it-yourself firework displays reach their crescendo at midnight, covering China in a blanket of noise and smoke. Traditionally, they're said to ward off evil spirits for the year ahead. For days now, China has been a nation on the move. By New Year's Eve on Saturday evening, most of the weary travellers would have made it back home to their ancestral towns and villages in far-flung provinces. Many won't have seen loved ones, often including their own children, since last New Year, so the reunion dinner is a deeply significant occasion. Families make dumplings together, paint and hang red paper banners symbolising health and wealth, and sit down to watch Chinese State TV's annual gala, a variety performance show that, with an estimated audience of 700 million, is one of the most watched programmes on the planet. There's no substitute for this feeling, this family love, says Lu Tiezhe, a 57-year-old kite maker. This year, the government issued an appeal for people to set off fewer fireworks. Such is the volume of explosives used that in many cities the air quality quickly rises to hazardous levels. But many, it seems, have concluded, rightly perhaps, that fireworks are the least of China's pollution problems. John Sudworth, BBC News, Shanghai.
There will also be celebrations here in the UK today. Well, joining us to tell us more. I've already eaten some bits. Telling us more about what they will all involve are Chinese restaurateurs Helen and Lisa C, who happen to be twins, both born, of course, in the year of the snake, being twins. What does it mean to be born in the year of the snake? What does it signify your personality or kind of your destiny in life? What does it mean?
Well, Year of the Snake is really to celebrate one of the animals in the Chinese zodiac. So, because we were born in Year of the Snake, it's going to be hopefully a fantastic year for us in business and also in life. But the personality is obviously very key to that. So they say that Year of the Snake is like master authority, quite a powerful animal as well. Because as people, you can actually be quite secretive and quite patient, but actually your ambitions are very high. So that's what it tends to mean. Well,
we know your ambitions are high, and we know you're involved in business because you're involved in your family restaurant. You brought this fantastic food for us this morning.
It really is lovely.
It really is. Naga's been stuffing her face. I've resisted so far, as is always the case on a Sunday morning. But your own business, just talk us through what you do, because it's not just the shop front. You're involved in wider business as well, aren't you?
That's right. So we own a restaurant called Sweet Mandarin in the Northern Quarter in Manchester. We basically started about 10 years ago, and we still serve family recipes in our restaurant. My grandmother's recipe, Lily Kwok's chicken curry.
Because she had a cafe as well.
That's right, in Middleton. She was the first woman to open a Chinese restaurant in Manchester, even before Chinatown. It's really thanks to her that the inspiration comes from that. And most recently we've started our sauce range, which is now in Sainsbury's, and we've done these fantastic cocktails for you as well, which is
You've done these
snake
cocktails are great, and we will say obviously sauces are available in other supermarkets as well. Yeah. We're not just going to advertise your stuff, but tell us what all. I mean, this food is fantastic because I have been stuffing my face in between while we've been setting this up. So tell us what it involves. How important is food? Yeah, Happy New Year, of course. How important is food?
Just before we carry on, can we just look at how much Naga's already drunk?
Okay.
Full. Half empty. Glass half empty or half full?
That's because I'm testing the product and making sure I've done my research.
Yeah, okay, good.
Let's talk about how important food is, what kind of dishes are important when celebrating Chinese New Year, because we've been talking about just how many people are going back home.
Oh, yeah.
Millions, billions.
Well, we've brought a selection today of very important dishes for the Chinese New Year. For example, the noodles mean longevity, and, you know, we are encouraged not to cut them because that means you cut your life short.
Oh, so really?
Yes. And the spring rolls, they symbolise gold bars. and it starts in the Spring Festival, which is about now, and they're very delicious, and it's served all over the world.
So the New Year celebrations, there's an awful lot of symbolism about it, isn't it, for Chinese New Year?
Definitely. I mean, take for example the cocktails. These are snake cocktails made with our sweet chili sauce, and they are actually aphrodisiacs, and it's encouraged to drink, some delicious cocktails.
No, much I've drunk
alcohol to celebrate the Chinese New Year.
So what does it mean to families? Because obviously families get together. What do they do? What do the celebrations throughout the day involve? Or is it centred around the food?
Well, basically, the families is a chance to get together, obviously cook together as well, and create fantastic food and feasts. And normally what you'll have is you'll have the noodles, you'll have a soup, you'll have a whole fish, which symbolises abundance. You'll have a chicken as well, a whole chicken, and basically they'll also have little snacks like the dumplings as well. And they really focus on those key areas of the food to really welcome in the Chinese New Year.
Because in China, this is a national holiday, isn't it? It really does. Everything stops, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, they have a rest for about maybe 1 week to 2 weeks, depending on, their employment. But everyone just heads back home and hangs out with the family, and it's just a great time to do that.
What do you do today? Because you've got a business, you've got the restaurant, I guess, that has to stay open for all your customers.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we'll be busy today because obviously we're celebrating the Chinese New Year with our customers at the restaurant. But we'll have a day off on Monday, so we'll do it a day after.
And do you get together as a family on Monday?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Do it all again?
We'll all go visit my mum and dad and, cook some food and just like the food that we talked about and just hang out again. We'll get the lucky money as well.
What's your favourite dish?
My favourite dish is really the fish. I love the steamed fish, with the ginger and spring onion, with the light soya and the oil drizzle as well.
Yours?
Absolutely delicious.
I love the salt and pepper squid.
It is good. I like the cocktail. Helen and Lisa, thank you so much.
Thank you for going to so much effort as well.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
They've been cooking first thing this morning, getting all of this ready for us. It's been great, hasn't it?
Brilliant.
You're welcome.
And you've got to leave it here.
Yeah. Time now is just coming up to 7. We're going to be back in the next half